Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Wednesday, January 28th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and a couple of the yen pairs. So, anyways, I wanted to start off today zoomed way out on the US dollar index. The US dollar index is so important to understand, especially if you're trading any of the dollar pairs themselves. Now, I think this is three waves of W, three waves of X, and now we're in one, two, three waves of Y. I have the 100% Fibonacci extension of W projected out the top of X, and that brings us right in this little box right here, which I've had this box here for a very, very long time. Now, this is my target for wave Y, but it potentially could go a lot further than that if it wants to. The reason I wanted to show you that is because some of the dollar pairs do look like they could possibly, be getting close to finishing with this big move. But I really do not think that that is true. I think this is a wave one. I think this is a wave two. I still think we're in a wave three. I do not think this wave three is over. I think that we're going to keep on going down to at least that box that I just showed you and potentially a lot further. So what does that mean? That means that I am definitely still looking for shorts on the dollar going way down to the 1 hour time frame. I mean, if it goes up and breaks this high right here, then yeah, we definitely would become bullish the dollar. Otherwise, anything we see to the upside, we kind of need to assume is just a pullback within the downtrend. So, if it does go up to a Fibonacci retracement level and golf to the downside, I definitely would continue to look for shorts the dollar. I would definitely continue to go long the euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, look for shorts the dollar CAD and the dollar Swiss. Now, today is FOMC interest rate news. They are planning on not raising interest rates, but who knows? If they do it, it could potentially be a big move in the market. I do live stream on YouTube for this news event starting at 30 minutes before the news comes out. So definitely make sure to like and subscribe so that way you don't miss out on my YouTube live stream for the FOMC news event today. So anyways, let's move on to the euro dollar, go back up to the daily time frame by keeping this dollar index analysis in mind. Now the euro dollar, I mean, does look like it's due for a pullback, but I think that way over here is a wave one. I think this E right here is the end of a wave two. I think we could be in a wave three. If this is a wave three, this thing might not even be close to being over. And also, my target for a wave three would at least minimum be the 161.8, which is still quite a ways away. And if this really is a 1, 2, 3, unlike the weekly monthly, this thing is potentially going to go up to 1.34, maybe even 1.5 over the next, several months. So we are definitely still very, very bullish. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, if it breaks this low, then yeah, I am more than happy to start looking for shorts. Otherwise, anything I see to the downside, I am definitely looking at is potentially nothing more than a pullback within a uptrend. Put your Fibonacci retracement on the last swing. Look for, potentially three waves down to a Fibonacci level. Look for engulfing up at a Fibonacci for more long opportunities. I personally wouldn't be going short even on the short time frames, at least until we get some sort of proof that it really is going down. Moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame. I mean, because of the US dollar index analysis, my analysis on all the dollar pairs is exactly the same. I think we potentially are in a wave one. This over here is the bottom of a wave two, and we're probably in a wave three right now. If we are in a wave three, it is potentially not even close to being over. It's potentially going to be in an uptrend probably for months. So if that's true, then we are going to potentially be looking for pullback entries for quite some time. Now, going down to the 1 hour time frame, if it breaks below here, it doesn't really matter what my Elliot wave analysis says. If it breaks below here, I will be more than happy to start looking for shorts. Otherwise, anything I see to the downside, I am definitely looking at is nothing more than a pullback within an uptrend. Put your Fibonacci retracement on there, look for areas of support at Fibonacci levels, look for breaks to the upside at Fibonacci levels for more long opportunities every single chance you get, especially at the end of these little 1, 2, 3 way pullbacks that the market's been making. Very, very, very nice little small entries, which makes you think even more that it really is a wave three because these are very small pullbacks. Wave threes are supposed to be the biggest, strongest wave within a trend. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, way back up at the daily time frame. I mean, the Aussie dollar is definitely in a wave three. I mean, someplace down here there's a 1, 2 for sure. We are definitely in a wave three. We are sitting at a Fibonacci level, but that doesn't mean anything. It might just make a little bit of a pullback and it might just keep on trending up. I have a very, very hard time believing that any of these dollar pair uptrends are complete. And a lot of retail traders are going to be trying to sell these highs right here. And probably what's going to happen is it's probably just going to go down a little bit, hit a Fibonacci level, and just just keep on going up. Just like the other dollar pairs, if it takes out this low right here, then I'll be more than happy to start looking for shorts after it breaks the low and after a pullback. Otherwise, anything I see to the downside, I am definitely looking at it potentially as just a pullback within that uptrend, most likely just a pullback to the last wave. If this really is a wave three, then these pullbacks are not going to be very large, 23, 38, 50% pullbacks, continuations of the uptrend. And moving on to the US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD was the one that I sorted yesterday. Very, very, very nice trade for sure. I mean, there's a very good chance if you go to the weekly or you zoom out on the daily that this is a one, this is a two, and we are currently in a wave three. And then we have a subdivision wave three. This is a one of three, two of three, and we're currently in a second degree wave three. If that is true, these trends are not even close to being over. They're probably going to be in a downtrend for the next several months. I mean, obviously, there's going to be pullbacks along the way, but they're likely going to be in a downtrend for the next several months. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, really, right now, I definitely wouldn't recommend longs and I definitely wouldn't recommend shorts. Really, the strategy is to be short from one of these last pullbacks, waiting for an exit, or the strategy is to be patiently waiting for a pullback. If it does break to the upside on the 1 hour time frame, I still wouldn't even short it. I would still be waiting for a potential pullback to a fib level and more sorting opportunities. So just like the other dollar pairs, if it goes up and breaks this high right here, then I'll be more than happy to start looking for longs. Otherwise, I'm doing nothing but looking for shorts at the end of pullbacks. The weekly's down, the daily's down, the trend is down, the market flow is down. Why would you want to do anything except for look for shorts in a downtrend? Moving on to the US dollar Swiss, the dollar Swiss is sometimes quite a bit different than the other dollar pairs, but I mean, it pretty much is the same story. We are sitting at the 178% Fibonacci extension, which could be a pretty big area of resistance. It could make a more significant pullback, but based on the dollar analysis, there's a chance that it just makes like a pullback like this, goes down, makes another pullback, goes down, and just keeps on making lower lows, lower highs on like the 4 hour time frame veins. So, like I said, my analysis is basically exactly the same on all the dollar pairs. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I would put my Fibonacci retracement on the last impulsive down. If it breaks this high right here, then I'll be more than happy to look for longs. Otherwise, anything I see to the upside, I would definitely be looking at as nothing more than an opportunity to go short again for the continuation of the downtrend. 1, 2, 3 waves up to a Fibonacci level, break to the downside, engulfing down, more sorting opportunities. Like I said, if the market proves me wrong and breaks structure, I'll be more than happy to start looking for longs. But until that happens, I'm doing nothing but looking for shorts in a downtrend. And moving on to gold, I mean, I really hope people have been following my daily analysis on gold. I have literally every single day, you can look back on my videos and see every single day I've been saying I would do nothing but look for longs on gold. I personally don't trade gold because I'm from the United States and cannot trade gold in the US from a margin account. But every single day I come on here and I say gold is in an uptrend on every single time frame. It's in a wave three on every single time frame. There's no reason to even think about looking for shorts on gold, even if you are a very short time frame trader. Unfortunately, I had to take a page out of my old mentor's book and say right now, the only thing to be doing right now is to either already be long, waiting for an exit, or to be patiently waiting for a pullback, like one of these many pullbacks in the past, waiting for another long opportunity. I would never look at this picture and say, oh, this looks like a good short. I would also never look at this picture and say, oh, I'm going to go long right now. But if it does go down, I would put my Fibonacci retracement on there. I would not go short, but I would be looking at that as potentially an opportunity to go long again. We passed my $5,000 an ounce mark, which is fine because it never broke structure at any one of those levels that I had. It never did tell us to start looking for shorts. Every single one of these swings is a higher low. There's even on the 1 hour time frame, there has been no reason to think that this trend is over. Every single time frame is in an uptrend, monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour time frame, all wave three uptrends. I would never look at a wave three uptrend like this and say, man, this looks like a good short. But I would definitely look at a wave three uptrend like this every time it went down and say, man, this is probably going to be another good opportunity to go long. While all the retail traders are trying to sort all these tops and losing their ass, you're just going to keep on going long every single pullback you see and keep on making money all the way up, at least until the market tells us that this trend is over, which it definitely hasn't done so yet. Moving on to the US dollar yen, I mean, I always consider the dollar yen more of a yen pair than a dollar pair. A lot of the yen pairs do look like they could potentially go back up. And this does look like a potential, flat pattern, like an expanding flat. So if it does break structure on sort of time frames, this one I definitely would be willing to go long on. But right now, the trend is down on the weekly. The trend is also down on the daily, and there's probably a better chance that this is actually just going to keep on making lower lows, lower highs, especially because the dollar index looks like it's going to keep going down. So I'm going to keep on sorting it, but I am definitely watching all these fib levels to see if it does break to the upside, and if it does, I'll be more than happy to start looking for longs. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, we are starting to get a little bit of a higher low right here, which is good because hopefully what happens is this is going to end up being an A, B, C. Maybe it'll go up to like the 50 or the 61%. That looks like a pretty good level to me. And then give us another sorting opportunity. Just like the other dollar pairs, if it breaks this high, I will start looking for longs, expecting potentially a new high on the daily. If it doesn't break this high, anything I see to the upside is nothing more than potentially an opportunity to go short again at the end of the pullbacks. And looking at the euro yen is actually one of the ones that makes me think that this really is going to go back up because price went down. This line right here is the weekly time frame structure. Price went down, it broke structure, but it rejected it instantly. You notice how it spiked below structure, but wasn't able to close below structure. And it definitely has that, flat look that you potentially see right here, like an expanding triangle or whatever. So if this does not, hold below structure, there is actually a chance that this goes up and makes a new high again. It definitely has that, expanding look to it, like it potentially could go back up. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, to be honest with you, I would be looking for shorts because that's what the market is telling us. The daily trend is definitely down. But I would have my Fibonacci retracement from here to here because if it does, either go down and make a double bottom or go and then go up, or if it goes down to a fib level and turns out really strong, it potentially could be a good long. Even if it turns out to just be like an A, B, and then goes up and makes a C, and then later on goes down, that would also be a pretty good long. But based on the daily, the fact that it looks like a potential expanding, it could actually just go up and make a brand new high pretty easily if it bounces from a fib level or makes like a double bottom and then goes up. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I would be recommending shorts, but I would definitely be keeping an eye out for, evidence that it really is going up for either a wave C or a wave 3. Moving on to the pound yen, it's exactly the same story. The pound yen is starting to try to close below structure, but this right here is weekly time frame structure. This is daily time frame structure, I'm sorry, but they definitely rejected structure. Oftentimes, the rejection of structure is actually a sign that it's going to keep on going up. But because it did break down, I would be recommending shorts, just like on the euro yen. But while I was looking for shorts, I would also be keeping a very close eye. Even if it just goes up, it goes like this, makes a B, and then goes up and makes a C, that's still a pretty good trade. But because of the fact that it looks like it's rejecting structure, we may think that it's a wave C, and then it just goes up and makes a new high on the daily. So if it does give you evidence that it's turning back up, it definitely would be worth trying to go long, I think, because it should potentially go up for either a wave C or a wave 3. Now, like I said, we should potentially be looking for shorts, and I wouldn't really go long just for the heck of it. I mean, it could go down, make a little bounce, make lower lows, lower highs, and just keep on going down, break into the downside, and it may actually be starting a brand new downtrend on the daily. So I would definitely be recommending shorts, but I would also be keeping close eyes on my fib levels to see if it does reject, break to the upside for either a wave C or potentially a wave 3. So anyways, like I said, definitely stop in for my FOMC live stream later on today. That's starting 30 minutes before the news drops. It'll be about a 2 hour live stream, so definitely check it out. Get my latest analysis on all your favorite pairs. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.